And welcome to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome to the midweek round of fixtures from La Liga. And right now, 9 games. That's all it is. 9 games to go in La Liga. It's really getting down now to the business end, and in this game, it's Barcelona heading to Villarreal, and even despite their league position, this is not going to be easy, and there's several things here, several big things we need to discuss. Kickoff will be coming to us at 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday night from La Ceramica Stadium, and it is quite a late one there in the midweek. And certainly for both teams, there are very big implications on which way this game goes. A win for Barcelona will put them clear at the top. A win for Villarreal right now, they are in desperate need of some points. And when it comes down to the predictions, you guys have been, what I would say here, in a bit of a cautious mood. Over half of you going for a win by 2 goals, but nothing too extravagant, nothing too extreme this time around. I think we all accept here there may be some rotation. We're relying on Valverde for that, and for that reason, it's going to make it even more intriguing. Elsewhere in La Liga, during this midweek round of fixtures, Atletico Madrid also playing on Tuesday. They'll be playing in the game before us against Girona at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, and it's going to be very interesting there, simply because going into our game against Villarreal later on the Tuesday, we'll know Atletico's result as we go into that game, and potentially we might be able to act on that. On the Wednesday, it'll be in-form Valencia at Mestalla against Real Madrid, which should be there a very good game. Real Madrid, even now under Zinedine Zidane, still don't look convincing, and they really struggled last night to even beat Huesca, who are bottom of the league. And when you look at the table right now, it's exactly as we were, as all 3 of the top teams picked up full points on the weekend. A win for all 3 of them, which will see us there maintain our lead, 10 points over Atletico Madrid and 12 points over Real Madrid. And following this midweek round, will we maintain that? Will we lose a little bit of that lead? Or maybe, could we even gain some? And when you look at our opposition on Tuesday night, it is very intriguing to see what has happened to Villarreal this season, and simply because, looking at their team, looking at their players, looking at the past 2 seasons, of course, you would expect them to be challenging for a European place. Top 8, very comfortably top 8, looking then to break into the top 4 if they possibly could. This is a team that last season finished in 5th place in La Liga and was in the Champions League not so long ago. And coincidentally, they are still, even now, they're still in the Europa League. They're in the quarter-final stage. They've been brilliant in Europe somehow, and they'll face Valencia, which is absolutely incredible, given that right now, in La Liga, they are 17th. Yes, that's right, 17th place in La Liga, battling relegation of Villarreal. And that is absolutely extraordinary from where I'm sitting right now in La Liga. 29 games they played this season. They've won just 6 of those, and with 11 draws as well. And it really has been, I feel, those draws that have cost them very dearly. You look here at the start of the new year, that was a bad spell there for Villarreal coming into 2019. They just couldn't turn those kind of draws there into big wins. They conceded late goals. They had very near misses. A few decisions here and there went against them. And I think looking at Villarreal, the way their season has gone, you could certainly say they've had their fair share of bad luck throughout the season. And even when you look there further into the stats from Villarreal's season, you look at the goals conceded, just 39 goals conceded for a relegation battling team. That's actually not bad at all when you look at the teams around them who've all conceded more, and they've only actually conceded 12 more goals than us right throughout the season so far. So not too bad at all there. They've scored a decent amount as well, and it's difficult to pinpoint really where Villarreal have gone wrong. But as you know, with 29 games gone in a La Liga season, the table does not lie. If you're 17th place, it's because ultimately you deserve to be in that kind of area. And Villarreal are a team right now who we're going to be coming up against, and they're going to be fighting for their lives at the bottom of the league. But when you look at their recent form, you can't help feel now like they might be turning that around. They might be turning the corner here, improving on their results and gaining some confidence back in the camp. A massive win there against Sevilla by 3-0. They had back-to-back wins in La Liga. That was a big moment for them, dragging them clear of the relegation zone for the time being. But we will be facing a team here who I feel would have had their confidence severely dented on Saturday against Celta Vigo. That was a big game for them. Celta Vigo, relegation rivals, just below them, and they lost that game. Agonisingly lost it, 3-2. And we're going to see a team tomorrow, I feel, who are really hurting. starting right now. But with regard to Barcelona, coming into this game, it's very, very intriguing also on our side, but for very, very different reasons. We are not fighting for our lives, of course we're not. We're at the opposite end of the table towards the top. We're maintaining our lead there. We're trying to build a gap between us and the following pack. We're not struggling by any stretch of the imagination. It's actually the opposite. We are on fire right now. The only dilemma for us, the only problem that we have right now is when do you tinker with that team? When do you start to rotate? When do you take a few chances? Is this the game to do it? And that's the big question here for Ernesto Valverde. This is where he's going to earn his money as the Barcelona coach. Is this the game where you just try a few things, where you just change a few things and freshen up that team? Because you look at it here, we're playing on Tuesday against Villarreal. In the next week or so after this game, we play Atletico Madrid at home on the Saturday, and then following week, midweek fixture, Champions League, Man United against Barcelona. And we all know, into that game, like I said yesterday, we have to be 100% ready with our squad, with our key players, all fully fit, fighting fresh. That's what they have to be. And you're thinking now, can we really play our key players game in, game out, this game, then Atletico, then United? I'm not really sure that it can be done, at least on all of them. And I just feel at this stage of the season, it can start to catch up with you. It can be incredibly demanding around this time of the season. We have to avoid burnout. That's what we don't want to have here. Players breaking down in the vital moments of the season. We have to take cautions. And if that means here, rotating a few players, resting a few players, even if at the end of it, we ended up dropping points to Villarreal, maybe we pick up a point, maybe even we lose this game. But at the same time, even if it's only a narrow defeat or a narrow draw, something like that, if we manage to rest our players, get results against Atletico, and then get a result against United, that really could work out worth it. And that is the big dilemma for Valverde. Is this the game to do it? We are going to find out. And certainly, before the game, in his usual pre-match press conference, Ernesto Valverde didn't give much away whatsoever about whether he'd rest players tomorrow, and if so, who he'd be resting. He was asked specifically about Lionel Messi, and he basically said, there is never a suitable scenario to reserve a player like Messi. Every game has its importance, and he did make a big point of saying, if we win 6 of our next 9 La Liga games, we will be champions. But of course, the journalists there were saying, look, the Champions League as well. What about the Champions League? But Valverde said, look, tomorrow all will be decided. And on that note, we do move on to the squad list, which I have to say doesn't contain any surprises whatsoever. Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Rakitic, Sergio Busquets, Coutinho, Arthur, Suarez, Messi, Malcolm, Longley, Alba, Kevin Prince Boateng, Sergio Roberto, Carlos Alenia, Arturo Vidal, Samuel Umtiti, Thomas Vermaelen, and Iñaki Peña, simply because Yasser Cillessen still hasn't recovered from his injury. The same for Dembele, the same for Rafinha, and Todibo and Murillo left out by technical decision. And this right here, guys, is the team that I would personally opt for tomorrow against Villarreal. And in this team, what I've tried to do is basically keep the team very competitive, a team here that's certainly capable of winning the game, but also you've got to rest some of those key players, and the players in particular who I picked here are Clement Longley, Sergio Busquets, and Lionel Messi. Those are the 3 here that I would take out of that team, give a day's break, give a day's rest. That's very, very important. Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba at left back. He's one of those, of course, that we really do have to really watch out for. Maybe tomorrow we could see Vermaelen or somebody like that playing in that role. Perhaps Umtiti, for me, has to play in this game. He deserves the minutes. He deserves an opportunity to work his way back into this team if he possibly can, alongside Gerard Piqué, who basically seems set on playing every minute of every La Liga game as he has done so far. And to be honest, I don't see him tomorrow getting any rest. Nelson Semedo here on the right-hand side didn't feel like he did an awful lot wrong when he was substituted on Saturday against Espanyol, but it's in midfield here that I've just shaken things up. I've dropped Rakitic here to a bit of a deeper role in place of Busquets, who I think really does need every bit of rest that he can get. Carlos Alenia, of course, who scored his first La Liga goal against Villarreal in the reverse fixture. He deserves a start here alongside Arthur Mel, who came off early against Espanyol, therefore maybe in this game doesn't need the rest. I would certainly like to see Arturo Vidal at some point in this game, and I feel like tomorrow he may well get a start. In the front 3, Coutinho from the left. If it was down to me in this kind of game, I think we could play him in midfield, but I don't see that happening tomorrow from Ernesto Valverde. Suarez leading the line, but if we are winning, I wouldn't mind seeing him taken off. But for me, the biggest part of all this has to be Malcolm. He deserves a start in this game, absolutely 100%. Whether Messi starts or not, Malcolm, either from the right or from the left, he deserves an opportunity from the very beginning. And I think in this game, don't take a chance with Messi. He's going to play against Atletico. He's going to play the full 90 there. He's going to play the full 90 against Man United. You just know that about Messi. He he's going to play in the biggest games, so give him a bit of rest here. Don't take the chance, have a bit of caution. Certainly in this game, it's worth taking that risk. If we drop points, we drop points. But let's have our eye, mainly of course, on that Champions League title. And with a bit of rotation in mind, guys, I am going to go here with Barcelona 1, Villarreal 0. I'm going to go here with a very, very slender victory. If Malcolm starts, I would love to see him get the winning goal in this game. But as always, guys, let me know your predictions in the comments down below, and let me know who you think should start in this game. Should we rest anyone? If you do think we should, who should be rested? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you tomorrow for the big game itself, and also coming soon, my FIFA Episode 5 semi-final road to the Champions League title. It's all coming up, but until then, as always, Visca El Barça!